Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about your excretory system of earthworm. Basically the topic is what is exonephric and what is enteronephric nephridia. So to understand it clearly, we have to take your earthworm where these things can be clearly distinguished, differentiated. For that I have prepared this in terms of your excretory system of your earthworm. So first coming to your what is excretion. Okay, any organism they have to consume to get the energy from the food. So after this digestion, some portion will be utilized as energy and some portion will be excreted out. What is the meaning of excretion? That will be removed out of the body because those are not having any kind of activity. So this metabolic byproduct you can tell which are not in use inside the body. So what is excretion? The separation and elimination of those metabolic byproduct, especially in terms of your nitrogenous product in the form of nitrogenous substances like your urea, uric acid. Okay, in insect that is somewhere that is ammonia, somewhere allantoin, so many are there. Anyway, those waste material, removal of those waste material is known as what your excretion, and whatever the organs responsible for that, those are known as your excretory organ, and the whole system coordination of these different kind of organs responsible for excretion, those collectively is known as what your excretory system. What is earthworm? This is nothing but the terrestrial invertebrates belonging to the phylum Annelida. Okay, so now we will start your excretory system of your earthworm. Okay, so after taking the food, after utilizing that one, whatever the metabolic waste is there, they will be removed out. Okay, so if you take earthworm, nephridia are the organs of excretion. This is very important. Okay, nephridia are the organ of excretion. These are the segmented, coiled, ciliated tubules which are ectodermal in origin, ectodermal. Okay, it controls or regulates the composition of body fluid. That means whatever the body fluid is there, that will be maintained in equilibrium. That is the basic function of your excretory system. Okay, not more, not less, that will be maintained. Okay, the body fluid in the coelom, in the body cavity, that will be maintained. Okay, so primarily one question may come, which organ is known as the organ of excretion in case of earthworm? So that is what your nephridia. It is also useful for zoological students. Okay, so here you can see this is the earthworm excretory system. Okay, starting from your pharyngeal, integumentary and your septal excretory system or nephridia you can tell. Okay, so three type of nephridia is there in case of earthworm, that is your pharyngeal first, then your integumentary, septal. You see these three are the pharyngeal, and then these are the integumentary, and these are the septal nephridia. One by one we will discuss. So this is the whole system. Here you can see this is the pharyngeal, integumentary, starting from the third segment integumentary will start up to your 15th segment, after which your septal nephridia will start. Pharyngeal, integumentary, septal. So this is your what? Forest of integumentary nephridia. What is these things? We will discuss now. So without wasting time, let's start. First is your what? Pharyngeal nephridia. Okay, so this nephridia lie in three pair tuft. Pharyngeal means it is present in the pharynx. Yes or no? Somewhat related to your pharynx. Okay, in the near the pharynx region, these nephridia are present. Okay, these nephridia lie in three pair tuft. Here you can see first pair, second pair, third pair. These are the tuft. 1, 2, 3. Three pair of tuft. One on either side of the anterior region of the alimentary canal. This is the alimentary canal. Yes or no? This is the alimentary canal, whole alimentary canal. So anterior region of this alimentary canal, that is constituted by your what? Your pharyngeal nephridia, present in the segments 4th, 5th and 6th. Okay, here you can see 4th, fifth and sixth, in these three segments, body segments, your pharyngeal nephridia tuft are there. Yes or no? You see 1, 2, 3, 3 tufts, 3 pair of tufts, okay, in the fourth, fifth and sixth segments, okay. The tuft of pharyngeal nephridia also contain the blood glands. They have the blood glands. They do not have any kind of nephrostome, which is present in your septal nephridia. 3 pair of nephridial duct are there in the fourth, fifth and sixth segment. Fourth and fifth open into the pharynx and sixth open into the buccal cavity. So here you can see, okay, fourth and fifth, these two, fourth and fifth, these are opening into the pharynx, but sixth one is open in the buccal cavity, anterior region of the pharynx. Okay, so they will discharge their waste material into the alimentary canal. That's why they are known as what, your enteronephric. That means inside the body they are releasing the waste material, for which it is known as what, your enteronephric. They are releasing it into the alimentary canal. Then directly it will be excreted out, okay, through the anus. Okay, so this is what, your enteronephric. Into the lumen they are releasing or discharging their waste material. That's why it is known as what, your enteronephric. If outside the body, exonephric. If inside the body, enteronephric. These are also known as what, your peptonephridia, as it discharges their waste into the anterior alimentary canal, that is your buccal cavity and pharynx. Fourth and fifth pharynx, sixth to the buccal cavity. So I hope this is clear, totally clear, pharyngeal nephridia. Now coming to your integumentary nephridia. Okay, so after first and second segment, except these first two segments, in rest of the integumentary segment, they are present. Okay, so these nephridia are present in the inner or parietal surface of each segment of body wall. Okay, so in each segment around 200 to 250 nephridia are present. But in the sitella region, what happens? The number may increase up to 2000. Okay, in the sitella region, here you can see, okay, sitella region, what will happen? The number may increase even up to 2000, which is known as what, your forest of integumentary nephridia, where the number of nephridia are highly increased. Okay, that is what, your forest of nephridia. They also lack nephrostome and they do not open into the coelom, for which it won't be called as what, your enteronephric. So where they are open, this is closed type of nephridia. Okay, they are not opening inside. So where they will open? Each nephridia will open by a nephridiopore on the outer surface of the body wall directly. Directly the waste materials will be discharged out. Okay, since the integumentary nephridia discharge the excretory waste into the outside, they are known as what, your exonephric nephridia. But in case of pharyngeal, that was into the lumen. That's why it is entero. But here it is outside the body wall. That's why it is known as what, your exonephric nephridia. So now coming to the third one, the last one, septal nephridia. Okay, so up to 14th or in the whole of the integumentary segment except first two, what is there? Integumentary is there. But septal is present in what? Between 15th and 16th segments up to your posterior side of the body. That means it will start from your 15th segment of the body. It will start. Septal nephridia will start. So here what will happen? Each septum bears a nephridia on both the surface, arranged in a semicircle way around the intestine. 2 rows in front of the septum and 2 behind it. Here you can see this picture. Okay, so this is the dorsal blood vessel, and these are your supraintestinal excretory ducts through which they will be opening to the lumen, and this is what, your intestine, your gut, your alimentary canal, posterior part. Okay, so each septum has about your 40 to 50 number of nephridia in front and the same number behind, so that each segment possesses around 80 to 100 number of septal nephridia, except in the 15th segment, which has only 40 to 50 nephridia. Okay, so these are not found in the segments up to 14th. Up to 14th they won't be found. In 14th what will be found? Your forest of nephridia, integumentary nephridia will found. And each septal nephridium consists of nephrostome, neck, body of the nephridium and the terminal duct. Okay, So what are these things? We'll discuss here and here. Okay. The nephridia hang freely in the xylem. Here you can see they are hanging freely in the xylem. Here you see. Okay. These are the septal nephridia and are attached only by their terminal duct. Here is the terminal duct that is attached. They open by their terminal ducts into two septal excretory canals. Okay. Here you see excretory canal is there, and this is the supraintestinal excretory duct. That means these excretory canals are there to which your septal nephridia will be opening, and these excretory canals will be open at the base of your supraintestinal excretory duct. Okay. So the supraintestinal excretory duct are the two parallel longitudinal canals. Here you can see these are the longitudinal canals lying above the gut and below the dorsal vessel. You see it is above the gut, alimentary canal, posterior part of the alimentary canal, and below the dorsal blood vessel where circulatory system will occur. Now these excretory duct begin from the 15th segment we already have discussed, run to the last segment. They communicate with each other for a short space behind each septum. Then either the right or the left duct will open by a ductule into the lumen of the intestine near the septum. Thus, each segment has one such opening into the intestine. Here you can see, okay, into the intestine they will be opening of either the left or the right supraintestinal excretory duct through which they will be opening. So the waste collected by the nephridia is discharged through the excretory canals and duct into the again lumen of the intestine, but posterior. Pharyngeal is anterior intestine or anterior alimentary canal, that is alimentary canal, and this is what your duct into the lumen of the intestine, again inside. That's why it is also known as what your enteronephric nephridia, because again they are opening into the intestine only. Okay, so here you can see this is the mouth, this is the neck. Okay, like this it is arranged. Okay, again it will be ending at your terminal duct. This is the body, this is the mouth, then your neck, this is the mouth, this is the neck, this is the whole body, and this is the terminal duct. Here you can see in this picture. Okay, this picture. Okay, so I hope you understood all of the things, and if any kind of doubt is there you can ask. So basically the point of discussion is exonephric and enteronephric nephridia. Through excretory system of earthworm we have discussed all of the things. That is the main basis of this video. So I hope you understood, and if any kind of doubt is there you can ask. Thank you. Have a nice day.